Hi, Michelle Berger here from buffmother.com. I'm here to do another butt sandwich workout for you. These workouts have been awesome. I've been doing these for the last couple weeks in conjunction with a butt contest that we've had going on buffmother.com. The exercises are named after acronyms of sandwiches. So today we're going to be doing the tuna. The tuna is just 4 different exercises, and we're going to go through the routine 4 times. So it's a circuit exercise workout. I'll go through the exercises, describe them, and then bring you through the actual workout. All right, let's get started. Okay, the first exercise is the Tush Tighteners. So you can do these either on the ground or standing up. I'll show you how to do them on the ground first. Just get in on your hands and knees, making sure that you're all level and squared up, and just look straight ahead and lengthen that leg behind you, okay? So you just lift your leg up and put it straight behind you. I don't want you hyperextending it like up here. I just want you to push it straight back and focus on contracting your glute as you do that, okay? Now to make this exercise a little more difficult, you can raise your opposite arm at the same time. Okay, so come down and up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So your right leg out, your left arm out. So right leg out and left arm. Okay, so we're going to do just 10 of these, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So like I said, you can just do them like this, or you can make it a little more difficult by going opposite arm and leg at the same time. Make sure that you pause and hold the movement at the top for just a second so you can have a really good glute contraction. So those are Tush Tighteners. Like I said, you can do those standing up also. Let me show them to you really quickly. These are great to do in the bathroom using the counter to lean against. They just like take your leg and go straight out behind you. This time you want to lean forward so you're not really hyperextending your lower back. You're just straightening out your leg so your glute contracts, okay? So you want it, if you come up too high, sometimes that can cause some discomfort in your lower back, but you just let your leg come out to where it's just a straight line from your body to your leg, okay? So same thing on this leg. And really pause, and then the movement so you activate that glute. Those are Tush Tighteners. Next exercise is on this bench. You can do this many different ways. You don't have to have a bench. You can use the edge of your couch, the edge of a table, anything that elevates your hips off the ground. I have an incline bench set on slight incline that I'm going to do mine on. And I'm going to just lay forward to where the bend in my hip is on the edge of the bench. Now these are ups on an incline bench, so it stands for the U. So we're just going to lay down here, hold on nice and tight, and lift our legs up behind us. So just come down nice and slowly. You can touch your toes on the ground, and then back up. Try to keep your spine straight, so keep your head looking straight down. You can also do these with your toes pointed out to the side, legs a little wider apart. So we'll do 5 with our feet straight and together, and then 5 with our legs out to the sides. And 5, okay? So a total of 10 of those. Next exercise is almost simply just touching your toes, but I call it negative deads. So it stands for the N in tuna. And what we want to do on this exercise, just get a little wider than shoulder width apart stance. Really make sure that your lumbar curve is, that your hips or your pelvis is rotated forward and your butt sticking out. And then as you go down, just pretend like you're holding a weight that's pulling you down. And you're going to go down nice and slowly, trying to keep your back straight and butt sticking out. So just really look nice and slowly and get down to the point to where you feel a nice good stretch. And then back up. Now these are negative deadlifts type movement because this is how you want to do your deadlifts. And you want to really stick that butt out and then go down until you feel a good stretch. And it's negative because that's eccentric, and we want to go down nice and slow so we can keep that lumbar curve and our back straight. If you get rounded like this, you're going down too far, and you got to keep those hips out, okay? So come down nice and low. You can bend your knees just slightly. So we're just going to do 5 of those. So just a really slow lowering. Look straight ahead. I like to keep my head up. Focusing on sticking my butt out. And then hold it for just a couple seconds. And back up. So that's 3 of them. We're going to have to do 5 of those negative deads. And then the final exercise is one I would not recommend doing at the gym. It's called what I call ass outs. Anterior rotators is a nice name for it, but I'm going to call them ass outs because that's exactly what we're doing. We're getting on our hands and knees, and you should start in a neutral position, rotate your ass out, and stick it behind you, okay? So together, kind of make sure your legs are a little wider than shoulder width apart, and just rotate your hips anteriorly and stick your ass out, okay? So 3, 4, you can see this is the pace that you want to do it in. Make sure those hips open and your lumbar curve engages, okay? So you can see how this is neutral, this is my ass out. Neutral, ass out, okay? And it's kind of easier if you lean back, bend your hips a little bit to stretch that area open, okay? So ass out, each rep. It's all about sticking that butt out and really stretching, okay? You might need to go back this far to stretch. You might not be able to go back at all, maybe just to here. But what we want to do is strengthen and lengthen your glute muscles and get those hips, so they're able to rotate anteriorly. Anterior rotation is just rotating those hips forward, the top of your pelvis forward, and then the back out, so ass out. So just again. 4, 5. Make sure you're going back equal on either side. And we're going to do just 10 of those. So that's the Tuna. The T is the Tush Tighteners. That was these. And you could do those standing or down on the ground. And U was ups on the bench. So had my legs where I lifted my legs up. And then N is negative deads, so it's really about lowering. Negatives mean lower slowly. And A is ass outs, and that's that last exercise we did. So we're going to go ahead and go through the circuit 4 times, and you can follow along with me, and we're going to just go through this workout now. So let's do it. So we have Tush Tighteners. We'll start, and we'll do them on hands on knees. Let me just move this over just slightly. So remember, just straighten your leg back behind you. 1, 2, and this is not a race. 3, make sure you engage that glute. 4, now for me, I want to make it a little harder. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, switch sides. 1, 2, really squeeze that glute. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 5, squeeze. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. All right, we're going to do our ups now. So get on your bench or your table or whatever it is. Hold on tight, look straight. We're going to do 5 with our legs straight. 2, 3, 4, Further toes out and a little wider, more like a frog. 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 of those. Now we're going to do 5 negative deads. So make sure you have really good stance, shoulder width apart. Stick that butt back out and just lower nice and slowly, as far as you can. For count of 5, back up. Make sure that hips are rotated forward. You bend your knees slightly if you need to. Look up if you need to. Make sure that butt's sticking out. Make sure your back is not getting rounded, okay? So you just feel this in your hamstrings and your lower back. Stick that butt out behind you. Lower slowly. Negative. Nice and slow and controlled. Going down as low as you can and hold it. Okay, so that's 3. Lower slowly. Now, if you want to add a little bit to it, you can make your up part a little bit quicker and really squeeze those glutes up at the top. Okay, so lower slowly. Really sticking those glutes out. Remember to stick that butt out, open those hips. Nice good stretch. You should feel it in here. Don't be afraid. You can bend your knees a little bit. Keep that lumbar curve. And then come up and really tighten those glutes. Okay? Now, anterior rotators, ass outs. So get on your hands and knees. Open those legs up just a little bit, wider than shoulder width apart. Start in a neutral position. Rotate those hips out and back. Ass outs and back. 3, 4. Your husband will love these. This is good practice for later on tonight. 6, 7, 8. Really stretch. Make sure you're not favoring one side or the other. I'll do one more. Okay. That's 10. Okay, tush tighteners. Back to tush tighteners. Go ahead and start opposite leg than you did last time. 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze, squeeze. 8, 9, and 10. Now this workout doesn't look very hard, but it'll be definitely really hard if you had already done a leg workout that day or gone for a run. These are great to do after or in between exercises during your workout. Active rests. I love doing abs and butt exercises between my sets on every workout that I do, and most of my workouts are lifting workouts or intense intervals. And then I do these maybe afterwards while my body's already kind of tired. Okay, so that's about 10 of tush tighteners. Now we're gonna do our ups. Make sure that you're not too high up on the bench. I think I was last time, so make sure you just get to right at the edge of your pelvis and lift your legs up, down. 2. Remember, my pace is not a race, okay? Nice and slow and controlled. We squeeze those glutes, and that's 5. Now we're gonna open our legs up a little bit, toes out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Really squeeze. 5. Now we're going to do our negative deads again. Nice, good stance. You can do these, alter them a little bit by putting your feet closer together. Stick those glutes out. Go ahead and let yourself bend your knees a little bit, but stick that butt out. Don't let that back curve, okay? And then as you come up, go ahead and give it a good little squeeze. And lower nice and slow again, opening those hips up. Really make sure you're getting a good stretch with proper form, okay? Don't let that back round. If you can only go down to here, that's fine, okay? It's where you're at. I used to only be able to like deadlift down to here because I was so tight. And now I can go way, way down, keeping my back straight or my lumbar curve in. Okay, now come back up and squeeze. Like I said, this isn't a race. Okay, and I did vary my foot position a little bit more right in the middle of my legs on this one than on the outer side. And squeeze. And go down again, nice and slow on the negative. Really good stretch. And squeeze. Notice I'm shaking. And we're only doing 5 of these. I might have lost count, but I'm finishing with this last one here. And up and squeeze. Okay. And don't be afraid to touch your butt. It's a good thing. Okay, now we're going to do our anterior rotators for our lovely ass out exercise. So get your legs a little wider than shoulder width apart. And get in a neutral position and stick that ass out and back. Okay, 2. Really good stretch. 3, 4. Come back to neutral. 5. Make sure you're rotating that pelvis, sticking your butt out. Even if you can only rotate and stretch this far, that's fine. Okay, just do what you can. It's all about opening those hips so that your glutes can activate. Okay, we want to do 10 of those. I was thinking in my head I only had to do 5. I can really feel it in my lower back and also right where my glutes and hamstrings meet. It's actually probably where my hamstring hooks into my pelvis. Okay, so that's, I think, about 10, sorry. Now we're going to go ahead and do Tush Tighteners. So I'll turn around this way just so you can see, and make sure you start with the opposite leg. So last time I started with this leg, I'm going to start with my left leg this time. 1, 2. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3. Point those fingers, straighten those toes. Point those toes. It really helps activate those glutes. Make your leg as long as it can get back there. Now let's do 2 more. 9 and 10. Okay, now we're going to do our ups. This time I'm going to start with the froggy version. So I'm going to start with our legs wide, toes out, and lift that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, put your legs together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. All right, negative deaths. I'll go ahead and show you how they look from this direction. Stick those, rotate those hips out behind you and lower slowly. 1, and really squeeze. Like I said, we're picking up the pace just a little bit. 2, lower slowly. 3, lower slowly. You can touch the ground, do it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you're keeping that lumbar curve in there. 8. Stick that butt out and back. 9. And last one, down and up and squeeze. Okay, and then we're gonna do ass outs. Just one more round after this exercise. So stick that ass out and stretch back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, what's next? We're gonna do Tush Tighteners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1. Make sure you're pointing those toes behind you. 2, 3. Point out your fingers too. That helps you do it with your toes. Really lengthen. 9 and 10. Ups on the bench. We'll go ahead and do the same way we did last set. Legs out, toes pointed out to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, your deads. Lower slowly, sticking that butt out. And up, squeeze. Lower slowly, sticking that butt out. Up, squeeze. Lower slowly, sticking that butt out. And up, squeeze. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And our final set of anterior rotators or ass out. We're going to just rotate your butt back, stick it out, up and back. Rotate those up and out and back, whatever it takes. Get that butt opened up. Get that pelvis moving in there. You want your pelvis mobile. You don't want it stuck. Lots of us get our pelvis stuck after having children or sitting in an office all day. These combat that and keep your back strong and mobile. Okay, let's do 3 more. 1, really stretch it this time. 2, and final one, really stretch. 3. All right, that's the Tuna, T-U-N-A, Tush Tighteners, ups on the bench. N is negative deads, and A is ass outs, my favorite, by far. No. Anyway, I hope you had fun doing this workout. Make sure that you're doing other leg exercises. I'm a big believer to see change in your body, you need to really challenge it, and that means challenging it with heavy weights. These are auxiliary moves. These are not going to get you the butt I have, or the legs I have, or the abs I have. These are just extras. The main things I do are squats, squat heavy, deadlifts, deadlift heavy, and lunges. Lunge, lunge, lunge with heavy weights. Your body weight can only do so much to change your body. It will help you right away when you're a beginner, but as you progress, if you want to continue to see change, you must challenge yourself. All right, please, please, please stop by my website, buffmother.com. Please leave a message or a comment for me. I love to interact with you. Take care. Bye-bye.